Good morning everyone, it's Rachel here and we are going to work in Diana's journal today. So I stitched in the pages. I did the 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and I like, you know, the greys doesn't stand out too much, and you can see how nicely they lay flat. I left about half an inch between each signature because there was plenty of room in the spine to do that, so you can see the lovely fabric there. Here I'm thinking I'm going to put a book plate because I like those, so we'll do that so I don't forget. I'll move my garbage basket, actually I'll move it over there, and we will get cracking. That's put that aside, and I've got a different glue book today. It's one of those medical ones, you know I don't like those books, so I did keep the cover because the cover's nice. I think I like this one. Yes. Oh, was that too big? I might like a smaller one because I like, yes, I like the smaller one because I love the paper behind it. Yeah, this is one of those medical ones and I don't like those. They've got gruesome images in them. Now, which is my glue? This one. So this is the Giotto glue that's mushy. I try and use it sometimes, yeah, this is the one without those colours on it is the one that works better. So I'm going to glue this in, put plenty of glue so it stays, and then we'll just work in the first signature, I think, see how long that takes, and I won't go too far into the journal because I would like Diana to have a bit of a surprise, but we will work in the first signature. Then I might go ahead and do the other signatures, like putting pockets, because that's what I do first, and then I may fill the pockets of the first signature, or yeah, and then the other two signatures will be a surprise for Diana. Here I don't want to put anything because I didn't want to cover up the original doodling that had been done there. I may put like a little clustery thing there or a tab or something, but I'll think about that. But I'm going to come into my first page here. It's quite nice, strong paper, this one. So I'm going to put some kind of pocket. Now, this is my pocket box, but I am getting quite low, so I'll have a look in here to see what I can find, but I may, got that one, I may have to, I quite like that one. Oh, we'll put that one there. I may have to make some things as well. So I'll just put that one on the floor. So yeah, when I'm working, I pulled down a few of the, you know, or most of these, and I put them on my sewing table, and I also have a few on the table so I don't get too cluttered. And then I just, yeah, I can just, it's easy to use them, and I sometimes put them on the floor, and then after crafting, I pick it all up and put it away. And so that's why you saw the room, as you saw it yesterday, is pretty much how I keep it at the moment. Occasionally I leave everything out because I'm going to, you know, work in there again. But most of the time I do, after my session, clean it, sort of tidy everything up, so that way I can come in the next day. Now this book page is not straight. Sometimes, yeah, it was at the beginning of the book. I may trim that down, and it's very hard to stitch them in straight because they've got multiple folds. So the pocket doesn't look straight either. But I need to smush my glue around to make sure it sticks. Oh, I've started off very all over the place. Now where's my wet ones? I love, and you know what else I do? When I'm working, I love this IKEA desk. I absolutely love it. I think it's fantastic. And I can keep the drawers open, and I put things on the drawers as well. So it's really handy because, you know, I've got limited space, obviously. So I try and be creative with my space usage. Yeah, so thank you so much. Oh, I didn't put it upside down. This is Tombow glue in here. I thought I'd put that in there, and it really does come out nicely. And I can also just stick it there like that, and it stands up, and I don't have to put it in a box or cup or in something like that. Yes, so thank you so much for your lovely comments and encouragement. I am going to trim this, and I'm going to do a very bodgy job, but you know how I am, because I don't like it the way it is. I'm readjusting the pocket, the book page. And I think I might put a little bit of washi down there. And there we go. We've already got our first pockets. And I'm going to grab some washi. I'm just thinking which one. Grab this blue one. Yeah, so thank you so much for all your kind comments. And I was thrilled to share it with you. And yeah, absolutely love it. And I'll tell you what I needed to say a few things that I forgot. So first of all, a lot of you asked where was my sewing machine. My poor sewing machine hasn't found a home yet. It's probably, I'm going to put it down here on the floor to my left where I had that basket and the threads that I said I still needed to sort. I was imagining my sewing machine living there. I'm not going to cover this, very old. Is there a date on this one? No, it's 1700s anyway. Yeah, so I did a repair there. It's probably going to live there. I don't keep it up. I wouldn't keep it up on my table because it's, you know, would take up too much space. I'm thinking, where was I? Sort of go do an amount, 1, 2. There's a pocket there, another 2, and then I might. And then this is a bit plain, so or I would do a collage or a pocket. Thinking I won't do a pocket, or no, maybe I will. Yeah, so the sewing machine hasn't got its home yet. It's actually tucked away, so out of the way sort of thing, so it doesn't bother anybody. And yeah, that's the thing about having fixed up our place now that I don't have anything sort of floating around anymore out of place. So that's a challenge in itself. Like, I do have to be good and put everything away. So that's quite hard, but it's good for me because I'm naughty. Otherwise I'd have it all flying around. This is a page that I might clip. I'm going to clip that there. I love that. Oh, have it that way. And I'll probably, I don't know whether I put it so you could write, but I might glue it down. I'll just decide that afterwards, but for now I'm just going to slide it in here and that's going to go there. That's one of Steffi's new envelopes. Yeah, so, oh, there's my thing of that I wanted to say. Yeah, and a lot of you said, oh, it's so organized. I can tell you I have been, ever since I started sewing, because I started sewing first, I have been trying to find the best system for storage. It's taken me probably 10 years to figure it out, and I've you know, even sometimes spent money on boxes and things and wasted money, really, until I found what suited me best. So obviously I worked in this room probably, this was Lulu's bedroom when we first moved in. She loved it because she was only little. She was like 3. Yeah, she was 3. No, maybe, yeah, 3 going on 4. And she asked to sleep in here. I'm going to put a tag on there. Let me grab my tags. And yeah, so it's taken a long time to sort of figure it out. And but I think I've got it almost, so it's the most functional that it could possibly, you know, you have to put sort of realize that it's probably never going to be I'll just take these ones, 100% functional. You know, there's always going to be something that could be improved, and maybe it's baffling as to how that's going to be fixed. But yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with how it is now. But it has taken a long time to get there. I guess, you know, also when you're sort of putting, you know, organizing your craft room, it's a bit of trial and error. You've got to sort of live in it and figure out what do I use the most and what do I need around me. I might put, no, I don't think that would be pleasing to me. I was going to put just the newsprint paper. I'm just looking for, seeing my scraps here if I've got any sort of big pieces, but I don't. So I might take, I might put that on the back of the tag. So I'm going to cut the tag out. Actually, I'm going to cut them out together. Flip it round. Oh, I like that up there too. Okay, what I might do is just clip. I'm just going to hold it and cut across there. Yeah, so it does take a while to figure it out. So I recommend living in your space first, and then figuring out what do I use the most and what do I need around me and what can be put away and just pulled out. And I also tried to, like, I didn't want to put, you know, the things that I know that I might need to pull out. I didn't want to put too many things on top of things, if you know what I mean. Like, if it's something that I'm going to pull out, I didn't want to put my Big Shot on top, for example, that's heavy and uncomfortable, and then it's just a deterrent and you don't want to use it. So my Big Shot is in the big haul cupboard. It's actually up the top, which is a deterrent to me for using it because I have to climb up. I got one of those little wooden step. There's like 2 steps from IKEA. They're really great. And we had one before, and then my mother-in-law, I gave it to my mother-in-law. She asked me when we sort of cleared out over here to do the renovation, she asked if she could have it, and I didn't think I would need it. So I gave it to her, but it was actually, it's much heavier than the new ones. The new ones are really light, and I just got a white one, and so it's really cool. We just keep it. You probably saw it as I panned around the apartment, and we can use it in the kitchen because we've got floor to ceiling also cabinets and stuff. So I do, and I need to climb up to the hall cupboard, and so they're really great and very light and easy, so I can easily just climb up and grab things. So that's been a great thing that I like it much more than a ladder, because a ladder you have to, like a little step ladder, because you have to open them and store them away somewhere, whereas it's not unattractive, the white wooden little steps, and just works really well. So I'm really pleased about that. Yeah, so it has taken a long time to get organized. I have tried many systems, as I said, for the stamps. I've put them in, you know, ring binders in plastic sleeves, and tried all kinds of things. And my favorite thing, I saw someone on Instagram with the cosmetic drawers, and I can tell you I love them. They are the best. I'm going to grab some washi here. So that's that. And then and then they were like, oh, some people said, oh, how you know, you did such a good job organizing it, it's so hard. Well, what I did, you know, when we were moving back from the rental, I sort of brought an amount of boxes over, and I didn't bring, we moved over a week, and we moved back in, and I didn't allow myself, oh look, I've got a crease there. I didn't allow myself to bring more things over until I had unpacked those boxes. And that didn't mean that I didn't sort of have to move things around and figure out the best place to put things, but it did mean that I sort of limited my clutter as I was unpacking. So I did get overwhelmed. I had moments of being overwhelmed and not knowing where to put things. I'm thinking I'm going to leave that. It's a really nice writing space there. I might put I could do a little bit of collaging, but let's just go ahead and do some more pockets, and then we can come back. Now this is one of those 1870s pages, and this was a bit all bent and fragile, so I do fold it over, and it makes it nice and strong. And it's okay here, it's been hinged. So yeah, it's hinged, so that's lovely, and it's even got its natural marks. Yeah, so I did, I'm going to do this as a pocket, and I'm going to put a belly band, and I learnt that from Sharon Hirth with watching her flip throughs. She puts a little belly band, because things, when you do a pocket like this, a tuck, it's a bit loose, and so things do flop out. So if you put a little belly band, and it's also decorative, they stay better. Yeah, so that's how I managed to organize myself better, was by moving my stuff back in stages, not all at once. Made my life a lot easier. Now I'm just thinking, what would I like to put there? I'm feeling a bit hot. It's warm today. It's going to be warm all week, I think, if they haven't made a boo-boo. Oh, I wanted to show you these. We'll have to do something with these. You know how I was doing those scraps of paper? I just sat down. I had a lot of little scraps. I just sat down and collaged them, and then I'll figure out what I want to do with them. But I thought they were really fun. I really like them. But just that one I did more plain. So they could become pockets, journal cards, make them into a little booklet, front and back cover. Yeah, just using my little scraps. Really, really like them. Oh, I did lots of them. That was on those days that I didn't do videos because I had the sore throat, but I did feel like doing something. I just wanted to sit and not talk, and that's really old, and do something, and so I just used up all the scraps. Yeah, There's, oh, that's San Leo. That's where I got married up there. That's where my husband grew up. It's up on the rock. There's one entry into the town. So I'm going to be taking you ladies there. Anyway, so yeah, what else did I want to say? I did make some points. Oh, I forgot to tell you too, that I said it because I did mention I was my second time attempting the recording. I felt like the first time, I accidentally pushed Siri on. So I made a bit of a boo-boo. Anyway, I said it in my first video. I'm going to, I will, on the wall above my computer and sort of near where the window is and my sewing table, I am going to put some of those pictures up eventually, and maybe I'm going to frame some things that I might have a couple of things that Mum gave me that I want to frame, and I am going to have a bit of a wall happening there with images. So I guess it won't happen for a while, but if I do that, I'll share that. I'll show you guys, maybe with photographs or something, if I do like a little nice antique-y, arty sort of wall. There you go. Can't get my words out. Haven't done a video for a few days. I'm just going through my, oh, I know what I want. Where did I put them? I would like maybe a tree. Here we go. Here they are. See, that's the basket. I've just been into that basket that I showed you. I want one of these. This is what I would like. I think I would like this one. I think I printed this one already on thick paper, so I can just stick it on. Oh, I dropped something. Yes, I think that's going to be pretty. I'm going to glue that across there. And I might just glue it. Normally I glue this bit fully down, but I might glue it there and there, so you can have a tuck behind here, but you could also tuck something at the front as well. So let me just sort of measure and see where I should cut it. It's a bit crooked. Yeah, and another thing, oh, and we do have the one lady said, no, a couple of ladies said they had lived in Germany and they had those types of windows. Well, I think ours are Italian, but it's German design, I think. And they're very common here. And also we do have the metal blinds that come down externally as well. And Steph's very clever. I press a button and down they come. So I love that. So that's a little sort of like a belly band, and it will hold everything in there. And I'm thinking I might put some sort of little label on it. And then I also one thing I've discovered since coming back into my super organized place is that if everything has a home, so everything has its spot, then it's really easy to keep it tidy. And that's why my room is tidy. It's because I've got everything that's in here has a home, and so I just put it back in its home when I'm done, and it's just really easy. No, I'm not liking any of those. I do love these, but I don't want that color. I think I would prefer the green one. Let me see the green one. Yes, I'm just going to cut this out. Yeah, so it is easier to keep tidy because everything has a place where it's supposed to go, and so you just sort of collect it all up and put it back. So I like that. Yeah, I mean, I had hoped I could, you know, have a nice, I do have a nice display, but I wanted to display more. I think I put it over there. Maybe I like this one. Let me just try this one. But, you know, the space is what it is. And for me to have it functional, I really needed the cupboards. And I really wanted to have my crafty sort of books in here. So I did put the bookshelves on the top, which I really love. And yeah, so pretty happy. I think I like that one more. Okay. I think that's all I've got to say. I think I can think of anything else that I had to add to my video yesterday. Okay. Right. Okay, we have this lovely page here. what I like to put sometimes on these pages is a little triangle pocket. And oh, that's what I thought I could do with these. I'll just move my doilies over. Actually, I might use some doilies. I forget to use those. I've got, that's that book I decided I quite liked the paper and I didn't want to use it as a glue book because I like all the pencil marks. But with these, because they're kind of, well, they're not exactly square, but they almost are, I sort of started collaging them thinking I could, not that one, that I could cut them into a triangle pocket like this one. 2 triangles, I can get 2. So one going that way and one going that way is how I thought I would put them. And I thought they were perfect for that. And I'm always missing those. I'm going to use this one because I want to put it here. But I like to snip. I don't like them to be that big. I like to snip those pointy bits off. I don't know why. I don't like the pointy bits. I always snip them off. So that's going to go on there. And then I can put a little sort of focal point on it afterwards. But the first thing I do is go and put in and decide where my pockets are going. I think Wendy does a similar system. She, every 2 or 3 pages, she puts in a tuck or something of interest, because you do find like that's sort of got a decorated page and then this is 2 plain pages. And obviously you don't always want to cover up all of the writing space. So I'm flipping over here. There's a pocket there, so I don't need to put anything here, but I could do like a little collage thing. We'll look at that in a minute. And then I've got this big page, so I will do something with this. This I think I'll have as a flip, and I might extend that page. So here we can do something. Let me see what I have in here. I don't even remember. This is printed on, that's lovely, it's upside down. It's printed on, I could do it that way and tuck something in there. It's printed on a thicker paper. Could just have a nice big belly band like that, but I don't think that one goes so well with the style. Now this was sent to me, I think Sabine in France sent me, she scanned some of her trims and gave that to me. And I have been hoarding it, but look at those colours with that. I think that is lovely. So I am going to tear that. And I've been hoarding them for, it's actually been a few years. And it's really, I really have loved them. It was Sabine. I apologize if it wasn't. I have had them for a long time, so I'm wondering, it's quite thick, so I'm wondering, do I want to make it like a little belly band, or do I just want to, or a side tuck? I think I might make it a belly band, considering that's on the side there. So glue top and bottom. Okay. And I will be able to tuck something behind that. Now here I said I wanted to extend that page. I'm thinking I might grab letters. Oh my goodness, it's so much better having the labels on these things. It really, you just can find exactly what you want really quickly. I've actually got one here that's already been torn. No, these ones on the newsprint, I like to put those in pockets, so I won't do those. But I have some that I did print double-sided, so I might take this one. Just move the book over here. I mean, you never have enough space, I think, when you're crafting, will you? You always get cluttered because we pull out so much stuff. But also, I do think the bigger your table, I just think the more mess I make. I just make more of a mess if I have a bigger table. So, well, I have had a bigger table and it was just piles of stuff everywhere. Oh dear, look at that. That's no good. Oh, it's not too bad. I'll just go back the other way. It's meant to be a bit messy. Okay, so I've got this and I'm going to attach that here, and I actually can just attach it in there. Oh, let's make it a pocket. Let's do that. I like doing that, don't I? So what I will do is I'll just put it there, grab my glue. I'm going to put my glue along here, and then I'm going to put my glue along here, holding that in place carefully, so that way I know where to put it. I know I'm off screen here, but you saw the top, I did the same at the bottom. And then I just fold that down and that will stick. And I'm going to grab my little punch, slide that in there. So you can see that that is a pocket. It's just a tuck, really. Let's make sure I didn't stick my pages down. That's all sticking nicely. And then we need to fold it. So I'm going to fold it. Just figure out where I want to fold it. About there, I think. And like that. So you've got a nice writing space there. You can put something else in there, and then you've got a nice space here. And then here we can even, on one of them, that's a nice size for a photograph. Maybe I could, maybe just put a little pocket here so you can put a tag in it, I think. Yes, let's do that. I don't think I've got any little pockets. No. I have these. No, that's really exaggerated. I have these. I love these. I love gluing these down. But that's actually, sometimes I tuck them in like that, or you can glue it down. I would glue that side down, and then it opens out like so. But no, I won't use that. Oh, I have these little pockets I prepared. I might do want to put that. It's too big. It's too big. Oh, no mini pockets. I've got this one I prepared, but then I have to chop off too much for it to fit. It would fit on there. It would fit on there, but I kind of would like something there. Okay, so we'll have to make one. Somewhere, I don't know where, I had some collage pages. Don't know where I put them. Okay, well, we will create a pocket with a piece of this. Just a thin pocket so it doesn't bulk up too much. Just something pretty, I think. We'll use this. I'm actually going to tear how wide? Okay, about to there. I'm just going to tear it right down. I get annoyed when my pieces of paper have all, you know, different bits poking out everywhere. I like just to put them away in long strips. And I'm just going to make it about that deep, because I'm going to fold that down just to reinforce it. Now, do I want that? I think I might want that one. I thought I wanted this one, but I want the other one. So I could actually just have reinforced that one with the white bit, but I'll take that off because otherwise it'll be too deep. And I'm going to just fold that down a little bit. So the whole pocket decision making process does take some time. We're still in the first signature, which is all we're doing, but yeah, we're still there. And I'll probably put some sort of label on there, I think. Oh, it's a little bit big, so we'll just tear down this wobbly bit here. And then maybe just take this here. This is the old letter printed on the transparent paper. I need to cut it up. I just want to trim a piece off. Normally I do it with my cutter, but I'm just going to do it freehand. Oops. I could stick it down there, but I think I might just stick it over there, like it's been, you know, a piece of sticky tape has to repair something. Yeah, just random. And so that goes like that. Okay, and we've got our pocket there, and I'll probably come back and do something else there, but I'm not sure. So that's that. And I probably would just put like some sort of tabby thing on there because that page is so pretty. But here I could have a little something there as well. Let's see. I just dipped my arm in the glue. I think I might like this page. Let's just cut this out. I think I'm going to glue this to a piece of book page, and I'm going to use, sometimes I like the tag as a tuck. Just like to have pockets in all different shapes and sizes. Just creates a little bit of interest, I think. So glue that to my glue book. That's, you know, sometimes I use my glue book pages just to strengthen something. So I hope everyone's having a lovely weekend. I didn't ask you how you're all going, and the weather's good and you're having fun, doing things, crafting, whatever. Just got right into it today. Put that there. Just snip those corners off. Just because. Throw the rubbish. And I find actually how I am now, not so much as falling on the floor, but I do just clean it. We did invest in a Dyson, a handheld one, which I absolutely love because it's so easy. I don't have to pull out the broom. That blends in a little bit. I think I'll go with it, and I'll put something, I think I'm going to put a green label on there. It was on sale. It was quite a good discount, so we splurged and we purchased one. It was one of the best investments ever. They're not too bad here if you get them on sale. And it's great. It has all different little nozzly sort of things for sucking things up, and it's perfect. It's so easy. Like, you just grab it and whiz around. It takes 2 seconds and everything's tidy. Now I know it blends in a bit, but then they'll have something behind it, and I was thinking I'm going to put, if I can find it, if I've got one, I did replenish my labels a little bit. I wanted the narrow one with the bauble bits, but this might be too big. Quite like that. And then we will go back through and see what I've done. I may come back. I'm going to do a second video where I will fill those pockets in the first part of the journal, and the rest, as I said, will be off camera because Diana needs to have a surprise. I think I'm going to put it up there and off center, but I put it off center over there. There we go. And that just sort of brightens it up, and it sort of ties in with the colors over there, and we'll tuck something in behind there. So let's have a look what we've done. It took a while. Okay, I haven't done anything there yet, but I might come back and do that in the second video. Just thinking, do I want to put anything here yet? No, not at the moment. I could come in maybe possibly with some doilies, but we'll do that in another video. I think I've been here a long time. I didn't put any pockets here because there's this big pocket, and that's going to clip there. I may put a label on that. And then this flips out, and I didn't put anything there because it's a great writing spot. I could have a page that pulled out. I could come back at the end and add some more things. It just will depend on how bulky the journal becomes as well, because when you start to fill it, do something there, but we'll do those sorts of things afterwards. When you start to fill it, it does start to bulk out, so you want to be careful of that. And look at that, that's a nice big long page. I love that. Love doing that. That's a favorite thing to do. And we've got pocket there and pocket there, and plenty of writing space. Could attach photographs, all kinds of things can happen. And then we'll go into the next signature sort of thing. So I have to do those repairs. I like those things because they add character. So that's what it's looking like. So I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope you have a wonderful Sunday, and you're having a great weekend. And I will see you again tomorrow for Medieval Mirage Monday, because we're still doing that. We haven't finished. We have to finish the project, and then I'll stop doing that for a while, and then I've got to use Jarf's other kit that she gave me, that I've had for a very long time. I still want to use it, so I will be doing that. There we go. Isn't that lovely? Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that and it was helpful, and I will see you again soon. Bye.